wabarakatuh. My name is ISMA HANIS BINTI ZAWAWI from TESL 2B. So I would like to talk about my educational philosophy. So first of all, I believe that every child is responsible to their own learning, where they need to experience and learn something that is relevant to their lives. As an educator, I will make sure that my students will experience their learning by themselves. I will help and assist the children to discover everything around them so that they can construct their own ideas and understanding. Besides that, I will make sure my students actively involved in organizing fun activities. I will try to refrain from spoon feeding to my students so that they just do not memorize it but learn the lesson by the heart. In order to avoid spoon feeding, I will begin with visual aids and then use some questions in such a way that my students will eventually relate the example to the topic on their own. I would like to provide hands-on activities to the students and give them space and provide some times in order to construct their own knowledge. Talking about community of learners is something like creating a learning-centered environment in which the students and teacher are actively constructing knowledge together. That is why I will make sure that my students and I are connected and supportive to each other. I believe if the students and teacher actively engage in learning from one another, it will make the learning and teaching process more effective. For example, students from teachers, teachers from students, or students from students. Furthermore, I also believe that the lesson must be relevant to the students in order to make sure the students really learn about the lesson. For me, it is good for students to study things that are meaningful to them and something that the students like and have interest on. I will develop curriculum that involve the students' interest and emphasize on subject matter of social experience to foster intrinsic motivation in them. This can ensure that the students will have patience to learn because it is relevant to their lives. In order to make sure the students active in the class and towards the student-centered learning, I will provide some activities such as group works, projects, pair works, and hands-on learning to make sure they experience and discover the lesson by doing something. I allow my students an extent of freedom when picking their topics instead of assigning the topics for them randomly. This is because I believe that students are more engaged in the learning process when the teacher connect their interests which are already exciting for them. Next, I will instill and help the students to respect and treat each other well and make my classroom become a caring and safe environment. For example, I will provide an environment where the students are free to express their feelings and ideas, such as class meetings, so they will become responsible and confident with themselves to speak up about their ideas. In such session, the students also learn to respect others and their environment. Last but not least, teaching provides an opportunity for me to build relationship with community, parents, teaching colleges, administration, and especially with the students. This is because the teachers interact with many people in order to ensure the learning outcomes will be successful. I really hope that the way I teach will help the students in their learning, and I will try my best to be an excellent teacher that I can be. Thank you.